Hey, everybody, we're coming to y'all with a quick story. And when I say quick, I mean it's going to be an express train ride. I just wanted to bring awareness to this one story with this young lady. It's actually so sad. So her name is Oneisha Shearin. They call the Cookie. And unfortunately, the story is very similar to Shankrilla. Very similar. It's so chilling and very sad. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you that story. And got a little I know, Emmanuel. Oh my God. Okay. 7 lives in a row. It is a record for me. And we're gonna give a little update on the story we talked about. I think it was last night. Now my days are getting confusing, where the young lady who unalived her baby in the hospital bathroom, the boyfriend and the boyfriend's mother was at the hospital too. There's a lot going on in this situation, people. A lot going on. Yes, this one was in Puerto Rico, and yes, in the US. This is very sad. So listen, guys, y'all know the routine. And remember, we're not gonna be long-winded. And the reason why we're not gonna be long-winded, because it's row at night, okay? I'm talking 60 minutes. It's an express train. We're gonna be in and out, okay? In and out, in and out. So listen, guys, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Don't hop this train, okay? And we're going to get into these two stories today. One is an update and one is a brand new, fresh story, okay? So listen, I thought I was going to be here alone. So I really thought like boom, 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 boom. I thought I was going to pull the train out, pull the train in. But I'm glad to see that you're stopping in the building and hanging out with me. So make sure you hit the like button. Okay, I got one person on the platform with me waiting to come through. Come on, my buddies here. My buddies here. Hey,
Hey, Diva.
how you doing?
Good.
Good. Look at you. Come on now. Come on through with the hair.
Look,
I
no,
know
look,
that's
you came
right.
through. No, look, you came through so fast. I'm like, Diva on now? I had to run so sit down, get everything set up. I said, I'm looking like a holy mess.
You good. You good. We're gonna talk about this. Let me see. I don't know if Robin. Hey, Robin. I don't know if Robin can hear us. All right. So first, I want to give an update. You want to know what's wild and crazy, Wayne? The boyfriend to that young lady who allegedly unalived the baby in the bathroom in the emergency room. Do you know that the boyfriend and the boyfriend's mother was at the hospital too? Can I ask you a question? What teenager, in case y'all wasn't here last night, let me just give y'all a quick little update. In case you wasn't here last night, there's a teenager who went to the hospital, said she had back pain, claimed she was a virgin, said she never had sex before, but yes, she was like 9 months pregnant. She delivered the baby in the bathroom. She said the baby was born unalive. They're saying, the baby was born alive. Her lawyers say it's the hospital for it. But long story short, she claims she had no clue she was pregnant. So we went over that story last night. If you missed it, go back and check it out. But as I was digging, because this story just didn't sit well with me, I found out that the boyfriend was at the hospital with them and the boyfriend's mother. So let me ask you this. What teenage boy they tell the girlfriend tell him, oh, my back hurt. And they like, oh, I'm going to come right over to the hospital too. Me and my mom, even though you and your mom is going with you to the hospital. Where that happened at? Let me share this screen. We just got to throw this little update in there. And her trial is not going to be until October. Her trial is going to happen in October. Let me just get rid of some things on my screen so I know exactly where I'm going here. Okay, this is it right here. This is the one I want to share. Let me just add Robin to the screen here. And I wonder, I guess, do they have to tell you they got the body camera on?
I don't think so.
Oh, they don't. If they
There
don't,
we go
I mean,
again.
I don't know, but this is silly. But I just had to play this. When I saw this yesterday, I was like, last night, I was like, I had to go to bed because I was like, this is just too much. Like, I kept running to more and more stuff with this family. But when I found out the boyfriend and the boyfriend's mom was there, I said, this ain't right. And I felt like it was the dad sitting back there, and the dad he was crying. Hold on, let's watch this.
What questions do you have for me right now?
What's gonna go on? Like, what can I be with her?
She's getting life-flighted out right now.
Okay.
So they're taking her right now.
Okay.
I haven't spoke to her at all.
Okay. So like what's gonna go on? Like what's gonna happen with her? Like.
So she's gonna get treatment before we even talk to her because she needs to be stabilized. So that's why she's getting life-flighted out.
Okay.
Once she gets stabilized, we'll try and talk to her. The baby's gonna go up north for autopsy. More likely it will be done within the next day.
Is she gonna get taken after like she's released? How?
Get what?
Like, are y'all gonna take her to custody or anything like that? Like,
that depends on what the DA finds. We have to wait for the autopsy to come back to see what happened because right now with how everything happened, we're gonna do an investigation, get more information from the OMI, Office of Medical Investigator up north. And with that, we present that to the DA, see what the DA wants to do with charges, if any at all.
Okay. So they already took her out.
No, she's getting life flight. She's right now being set up to go.
What happens?
What do you mean?
When the DA makes a decision on that.
It should be pretty soon. They make a decision. Because with the age of the decedent, they usually expedite autopsy reports and such. With normal people that pass naturally at home, it takes a couple months for us to get reports back. Stuff like this, we'll get it back pretty soon.
Okay.
So
Still, they don't know.
we don't know. That's why he'll be going up north. Has y'all's information been taken yet?
He took my driver's license. He took her driver's license, my phone number, my phone number. Yeah.
So, even though she's of age, if she's not available to be contacted, can we put you down as next of kin for all mine? Okay. And you'd be grandmother?
I'm mom.
So you'd be you'd be the decedent's grandmother.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So that's with her boyfriend.
Mr. Boyfriend, do you have a driver's license? No.
Can you believe this?
And is the address on you current on the driver's license? Because determining on what the OMI does, if she's still in medical, and they do release the infant back, it'll have to be released somebody. It'll be up to OMI who they determine next of kin is. Maybe the parents, but maybe you. Okay, so that's where we're gonna get everyone's information. I'm just gonna run your name through the special on radio. Okay, so I'm just gonna call them. Hey, Gibson's off 7:15. Are you on APD? For the AGH call, can you run 1 OLN at New Mexico? It's 517. Should be. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, you as well. Thank you.
As soon as they're done with it, like if everything's okay, will I be able to bring her home with me?
Yes.
I will.
I don't know where she'll be going.
With me.
No.
To my house. I mean, like.
When she gets lighted, I don't know which one.
They told me to love this. Yeah.
Loveless Regional?
Yeah.
That's not hard. We'll keep a hold of me.
Okay.
So if she stays at Loveless and then she gets released, she can go back to y'all.
Okay.
And I'll be in touch with you to try and set up an interview with her.
Okay.
Would y'all mind talking to me later when y'all are okay?
Yeah, I was with her. I know she talked to him for a while on the phone, and then she came to me. So I've been with her the rest of the time.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what did she come here for that she told you?
She told me she had back pain.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Has she been having back pain before?
Yeah, she's pain for her and her hips is no. I mean, she was born with like her. I don't know. It's like crooked.
Her spine?
Okay, because my ex-husband, he hit me. He beat me whenever I was
Oh
pregnant with
boy.
her. So she was early. So she had some problems with her hips. Like I always had to take her to chiropractor to get adjusted because she couldn't use like she was always getting constipated. Like she had to get lined up, whatever. So I mean, I've been taking her to chiropractor because I always thought, well, this time, I didn't know. I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know. I just thought, like she said, I had back pain while my hips are hurting me. I think I need to go to the chiropractor. I said, okay, let's go tomorrow. But she was like in really a lot of pain, and
When did it start?
Like the pain.
Yes.
Yesterday she said it was really bad, that her hips were hurting and her back. And then last night we're on the phone together and she said her hips were hurting bad. I said, ask her if anything else is hurting. And she said just everything. And she went to sleep.
but she's a cheerleader too, so she's big in cheers. They have a cheer competition. She works out. I mean,
And she's been active this whole
yeah,
time?
she's been active this whole time
And who does she live with?
with me,
So
with
she's,
parents, or with us.
Oh.
Yeah, because she's in school. She's a senior. So,
and how long have y'all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay.
yes.
It's,
No, we get it. We get
sometimes
it.
it happens. So with everything that comes with that, gets a little shaky when it's newborn, stuff like that. But with like death certificates, stuff like that, Turping and Sons, if you choose to use them, we'll be the ones to help you get those. Other than that, because that's all really you'd need, and they can help you with the afterlife care. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any questions for me right now? Okay. You have my number. You can. That is my work phone. If you want to text me
Okay.
or call me, I have my email on there as well. Okay. Sergeant and I got your information right.
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you my card too, so you can give me a call. All right. Just because I want to make sure everyone stays updated. Okay. Like I said, I don't know. There will be charges that will be up to the district attorney's office, if any are even done. Okay.
Okay.
It's too early in the game to know right now.
Okay.
So we're just gonna do the initial investigation. I was on the phone with our dispatch, so all mine will be here in 45 minutes. It's one of their field agents,
Okay.
and they're the ones. So in the state of Mexico, we're not allowed to touch anybody that's passed.
Okay.
They're called a decedent. They're the only ones allowed to actually handle somebody. So we wait for them to even do anything. So hospitals allowed to do it because they do care, life-saving efforts. Whenever life-saving efforts cease, no one's allowed to touch them. So we have to wait for them to show up
Okay.
before we even start that side of stuff, okay?
Okay.
So she's getting life flighted out. We'll talk to her later.
Okay.
That's if she even wants to talk to us, if she chooses to, because she still has her constitutional rights.
Should I get a lawyer for her? Should I?
You
I
can,
know.
that's your choice. I can't tell you what to do. That's something that y'all as a family have to talk about, okay?
Well, why don't we want to talk to her over the Roswell?
Yes.
But I go right here, they won't let her.
Yeah, they wouldn't
She's
let us.
Yeah.
she should be gone by now.
Okay.
So that's with the helicopters coming in. They want nobody near it, so that way you can't
Yeah.
mess with anything. Because if any of their vitals go off, they'll stop it,
Yeah.
which could be an issue for if they need care immediately. So that's why whenever someone gets life flighted, they just cut off every contact with the family
Okay.
because they're making sure she's getting set up to get transported out.
Okay.
So that's why they tell you leave.
Yeah.
It seems
Okay.
very harsh, but it's because with the flight nurse, the flight doctor, they have to make sure everything stays constant.
Okay.
So she should be gone by now because she was already getting prepped whenever I came out to y'all.
Okay.
So with that, like I said, she'll be leaving. We'll stay here with Destina and go from there, okay?
Okay.
So once she gets to Loveless, it's up to Loveless if they'll let you back there.
Okay.
Because she is of age, so
Mhm.
with COVID and how everything goes, age depends, okay?
Okay.
So if before you make the drive out, call, see if that's available,
Okay.
and just let them know what's going on, and we'll just let your family and that it's possible.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
We'll be here if you need anything. Yeah, well, I'll be over there, and I'll
Okay.
just be waiting, all right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, folks.
Whew. I just wanted to give y'all that update. This is super sad. I don't see a situation where your boyfriend and the boyfriend's mom accompanies you and your family to the hospital for, back pain, unless I'll give them this, unless maybe once everything happened, the mother called them and then they showed up. But the mother wanted to believe that you should have been on with us last night when Diva showed the team. Oh, somebody missed something. Okay, so unless, oh my God, all I could say is unless like once everything went down, then the mom called the boyfriend and the boyfriend's mother. But I still have a problem with the mother acted like she believed this girl was a virgin. But then when the cops say to him, like, you will most likely be the father, the mother's shaking her head like, of course. And then the mother wants to add in that, the first husband beat her when she was pregnant. This is team too much for me. We're not going to stay on this too long. But with that additional information, Wayne, we'll go around really quickly to everybody and just see what are your thoughts, and then I'll get into the next story. What are your thoughts? Any additional thoughts on this?
Yeah, I just, for them to be like, I was like you, I was thinking the same thing. What would the mother to be? I just can't imagine nobody knew this girl was pregnant.
Right.
I mean, I can't imagine no conversation. The boy's here, he's the father. The mother shows up at the hospital, I guess to comfort him, And I don't know why these people. I could see how the young girl, because I said yesterday she had no emotional attachment.
Right.
But this family should have some, and I don't see the mother didn't start tearing up or doing anything like towards the end, and that's basically maybe she know what's going to happen with her daughter saying, should I get a lawyer? But nobody seems distraught. I mean, I guess you can't rate somebody else's sympathy or emotions and stuff, but I would have just kind of expected
dynamic, right? It's weird
disbelief.
Dynamic. Yeah.
I would expect some kind of disbelief. Maybe this is how you act when you in disbelief. But I just can't imagine, your child just threw a child in the trash and they handle it like it's all about the mom.
It is it's weird all the way around. And I will say this: the grandmother, the boy's mother, had some tears. The stepfather has some tears. And I think the boy, I don't know if he's in shock. I'm still leaning on that more people knew than they're letting up to us, because the mother keep insisting on telling us like she had no clue. Every time she can say in the cop face that she just had no clue that this girl was pregnant, she just keeps repeating that. It's nothing about this baby. And until he said something about, grief care and all of that, and my thought process is they're releasing this baby to the family. This is just a lot. It's a lot. And I will say this, I looked it up. Her trial is going to be in October. Her trial is going to be in October. So Diva, the stepdad was the only one who showed any concern for the baby. You better talk. The stepdad, the only one who is not biologically related to the poor baby. I agree with you. He was crying from the onset. This is a mess. Any new additional information you want to throw on this? In my opinion.
No, because I told y'all last night that mama knew about it. The girl, she did all this. I don't buy none of that.
Yeah, yeah, and I love me happy joy. I agree with you for the mere fact that the baby fell out alive or not. Anyone with pure intentions will call for help. I agree with you on that. That's my thought process on that. Chef Kev, anything you want to add to this story?
Nah, I'm gonna leave this one alone.
Yeah, I hear you. E, anything you want to add to this story?
Hello. I don't know this story. How old is that girl?
Oh, she's 19. If you don't know, let me just go ahead and skip you because it's an addition from yesterday. And I really want to get into another story, and we're trying to do an express train ride. So I just added that on from yesterday's information.
Okay.
Was it you who showed the picture of the pregnant cheerleader diva? We showed her yesterday. We showed her yesterday. Yeah, we showed her yesterday. I don't know if I had a picture. I didn't have a picture of her, in a cheerleading outfit, but we definitely showed a video of this young lady yesterday in the hospital and everything that happened. Savannah, cover up the baby. Savannah, anything you want to add? Did you see this story when we did it yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. I was on the panel yesterday, and these were the videos that were shown and dissected on Univision, which is a Spanish television station. So these were the videos I was speaking of yesterday, where the family, the mother of the son, she didn't find out until they were on the way to the hospital where he had confessed to what was going on. But they kept the pregnancy secret. So that she was still in shock. But there are more videos with the hospital staff worker that had to go in and clean the bathroom and found the baby. She showed the most emotion that night, but these were the videos that I had seen on Spanish network.
Okay. Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. Felicia, before I get into the other story, is there anything you would like to say about the story? I don't know if you saw the whole conversation we had yesterday on my channel regarding this.
I saw it, but I have no comment.
No problem. Mobetta, any comments on this particular story?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I wanted to comment on what you said yesterday. I watched the replay this morning. When you were saying if you were in her situation and she's in the bathroom, you would have been yelling, help, help, help. Well, to my recognition, I've been in the hospital. They even have a little like button or little
Yes, they
pull
do.
thing that
Yes, they
she could have
do.
pulled to say, help me, I need assistance. And I'm not going to get too far into it, but I just don't understand where her mind was at to what did she think was going to happen when she threw that baby in the trash can. Someone was going to find it at some point. So I don't understand where she thought that this was going to, she was going to get a scot clean from the situation. And that's all.
Yeah, no, you are correct. You make a good point because I really, so much was running through my head with this story. But yes, every single bathroom in every hospital, there's a button you can press and there is a pull thing that you can pull. If you happen to be in the bathroom and something happens, you can call for help. You are 100% correct. And Savannah, thank you for that update. So now I know that the son and the mother, the boyfriend and the mother came later. And that's when he confessed on the way. But again, that's why I think this trial is not going to go in her favor. Because that's proof right there that the boyfriend knew she was pregnant. But then but the funny thing is he alluded in the hospital like, oh, she was just saying she had hip and back pain. It's like this pregnancy thing, this thing is not going to go well for them because I believe that there were others who knew that she was pregnant. if they call these people to the stand, that busts that theory right there, that she was just shocked that this baby was coming out of her. She was hiding it for a while. Dustin,
Yes, Stephen.
any thoughts on this particular story we did yesterday?
Yes, yes, I do. I want to make everybody aware that I'm in a group called Court TV,
Okay.
and right after you done the live, Diva, guess what I seen in the group? I seen the video. Somebody shared the video in this group that I'm in. The picture and the video, and it was very emotional yesterday and very sad to me. And that's all I'm gonna say to that Diva.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Steve, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, of course, of
Just real
course.
quick. I'm just wondering, like in the beginning when the officer was in, I don't want to say interrogating, was questioning her,
Uh-huh.
and all the things like, she didn't know, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wonder if that's admissible in court, because I don't know if they read her Miranda rights, so all that she said, at bedside or whatever, if she wasn't Miranda, you know what I mean? If she goes to court and decides to change her story or say something, is she going to be like a liar? I mean, we know she lying, but I'm saying just in the court of law, because when they would start asking her questions, and because they found a baby unalive, and it's your baby. So before they start questioning you, should they have read her Miranda rights? You have the right to remain silent, all this stuff. But they was all talking. So, and is all that going to be admissible in court, or will she have time to change her story? Well, I knew, but I was afraid. I didn't want to tell my parents, and I was scared. You know what I mean?
No, I
So
do.
kind of like sympathy on the court.
No, I do. I don't know how this is going to go down, but let me tell you this though. Were mistakes made across the board? 100%. Will she get away with this because of the mistakes that were made? I don't know, but I tell you this, her lawyer does already seem like a pit bull.
Can I say something?
They got, give me 1 second, Dustin. They got a heck of a lawyer on their hands. He's a pit bull. And part of the mistake that I feel was made too, when the cop was in the hallway talking to the EMS workers that were about to air-vac her, take her to the next hospital, they didn't need to know everything that went down in terms of why they was there and what she was being accused of. So I'm like, oh, this is ugly. So, and we know that unfortunately, little things like that, will help a lawyer, just twist the whole story up and around. And even just to say that everybody, ahead of time was against her because of all of the talk that was going on. And that is truly, just like you told her mother to leave the room because the girl is of age now and we can only talk to her. Why are you in the hallway talking to this EMS about her business, about what she did?
Technicalities.
That's the word. Dustin, yes, what did you want to say?
Yes, I also wanted to say yesterday when we was all on live and I was here on the panel as well, she never showed any emotion about any of this. So she was very emotionless. So I hope that she goes to trial I think it's next month, and I hope the courts see that she didn't show any emotion. So I hope she gets a long time in prison.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, Robin, you're right, Diva. Lots of HIPAA violations. Yeah, a whole lot of them. All the Medivac staff really need to know is her vital signs, where they taking her, and what happens, and that the fact that she just had a baby, but that also shouldn't have been coming from the cop. It comes from the nurse or the doctor. So yeah. And so Riley said it still doesn't change the fact that she could steal the baby. No, it does not. But unfortunately, with the right lawyer and these little technicalities, you could get this whole thing thrown out. And I bet you that lawyer is probably going to start to say the meds had her hallucinating because she's not used to morphine and this, that, and the other. That lawyer's a pit bull. I can already tell by the stance he's taken already. And this is I'm going to keep my eye closer because, like I said, her trial is in October, so we shall see. So I wanted to come up here really quickly because
I thought her trial.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, Diva, but I thought her trial was in September.
I did. It could be September. The one I read said October, but it's
October.
It's October. Yeah, it's coming up soon. It's coming up soon.
When
all right.
does it start? Like what day?
I don't know the exact day, but I'll try to keep everybody posted and updated. So let me get right into this next story. So this next story it was very chilling. In my opinion, thank you. In my opinion, sent it to me. She talked about it to me about this story but backstage yesterday. And I was just like, all right, I'm in shock. I'm in shock that we got another similar like Shanquilla story on our hands. Onisha and the family affectionately called her Cookie. Onisha went on a trip and again, it was a birthday celebration. This is chilling. Another birthday celebration with what she thought were friends. And the friends come home and Onisha comes home in a body bag. And the fact that I'm about to show the video, but I want to give y'all a little information ahead of time because I want you to look at the body language of this so-called friend that, again, here we got a friend bringing back the luggage of the person that is no longer alive to the family. She brought back the girl's luggage to the family. And then she's sitting there when the mom is doing a news conference, and this girl seems emotionless. I'm telling you, I'm going to be a wreck if I came back from vacation. I went to vacation with my friend, and I come back, and my friend is not alive. I don't even know if I would have made it to the parents' house with her luggage. I don't even know if I could have got the luggage on the plane. This is crazy to me that stuff like this continues to happen, and these people can't get justice. Let me share screen. Hold on, because I want to take off some of this stuff on my screen so that I make sure that I'm playing the right stuff for y'all. Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna share this. Is it this one? Okay, it's this one. 1 second. So sad. I think that's the one I want to share. All right, so listen closely, but as you listen, look at the body language of this so-called friend.
But first tonight, a mother in Henrico is searching for answers after her daughter went on a vacation to Puerto Rico last month and never came home. 30-year-old Oneisha Simone Shearin was pronounced dead inside of her hotel room in San Juan.
Tonight, new at 11, John Hood spoke with Sharon's mother tonight. And John, just a heartbreaking story. Do we know how this woman died?
Yeah, Kurt McKee, it's just awful. Onisha's mother tells me she's devastated. Tomorrow marks 2 weeks since her daughter left Virginia, and she says she's still confused as to what exactly happened and just wants her daughter's body to be returned back home.
I fell to my knees. This is the worst feeling I ever felt in my life.
What was supposed to be a long weekend trip to San Juan, Puerto Rico for a friend's birthday turned into a nightmare after 30-year-old Oneisha Simone Shearin never came back.
It was devastating because I went there with somebody and I came back by myself along with her belongings.
Monica Harris says she and her girlfriend flew in from North Carolina on Thursday. The next day, they went out for brunch and the beach. After that, they went to their hotel bar where they celebrated with friends for a few hours with a few drinks, later making it back to their hotel room that Friday night. Harris says they both went to sleep, but when they woke up in the morning, something was wrong.
At 6:30, when her alarm went off, she was still asleep. She was snoring, so I knew she was alive. So I got back on the sofa. I dozed back off to sleep, and then I'll just hear her go, mm. I open my eyes. She's not at the end of the sofa. I look at my phone. It's 6:45. So I get up and go in the bathroom, and she's on the toilet.
Harris says Sharon wasn't throwing up, but was continuing to make a noise with her mouth.
I checked her pulse and was low. So it wasn't until Onisha eyes like rolled, and I was like, she scanned me. So I called 911.
Harris called Sharon's mom to let her know what was going on and asked if she had any medical issues, to which she said no.
Then about 30 minutes later, she called back and said, she's gone, she's dead.
Watkins says she still can't believe it, but it started to sink in once she received a phone call on the same day from investigators.
We want to ask you if you want to donate her organs, any of her organs. And I lost it. I lost it again.
Now, almost 2 weeks since her daughter's death, Sharon's mom says she just wants to know how her daughter died. She says she's had to push back Sharon's funeral date because her body is still not yet back in Virginia. She also won't receive any autopsy report until her body is brought back home.
They won't tell me.
Watkins called her only child Cookie because of her personality.
She was sweet. She liked art. She liked helping people.
And now, as she goes through her apartment looking at masterpieces still unfinished, she just wishes more could have been done to help her daughter.
Hold your loved ones every moment, every chance you can. Hold them like it's not going to be a tomorrow.
Watkins says her daughter's body may be returned this Friday. We reached out to the San Juan Police Department, but have yet to hear back. On your side tonight, John Hood, NBC 12 News.
Now, just to give you some more updates on this particular story, the body was returned. They did have the funeral already. They cannot get an autopsy. They cannot get a toxicology report. I have some more stuff to show you, but before I show this additional information, I want to say this. If some disturbing pieces of information, if you think you can't handle it, give me probably like 10 to 15 minutes, drop out, and then come back, because it's heavy. It's a lot. But this family is trying to get justice. And what we need to do is we need to share this information because something is not right here. Your friend is gone. You're sitting on the couch next to her mother, and you a tear doesn't even fall out your eye. Not a tear. This girl was just sitting there. It was with you. She was with.
They didn't even attend the funeral.
Huh?
She didn't even attend the funeral.
Yeah, she ain't attend that funeral because she know what's up. Now I'm going to show some more information, guys, before we talk into it, but about talk about this and go around. But remember what I said. If you get triggered really easy, click off, give me about 10 minutes, and then come back. All right. Let me share a screen. And that's even if you're on the panel, if you think it's going to be too much, because it's a lot what I'm about to show. But this family is trying to get this story out because I did not hear about this until, in my opinion, told me. Did anybody else hear about this already?
I didn't know nothing about it till you brought it to the.
So
you brought it to the table.
She said she can't get nobody to cover it. She has not been able to get no justice. She hasn't been getting answers, nothing.
It's very sad. So let me go to the more of this story. Remember, please click out. We need to help this family get justice. We unfortunately don't want this to be falling to the wayside like they did with Shanquella and said they can't do nothing about it. They went to Puerto Rico. Okay. Remember what I said. If it's going to be too much for you, you need to click out. So Virginia parents want their daughter's friend and family investigated after their daughter died in Puerto Rico. Oneisha Shearin was 30. She died in February in Puerto Rico, and her parents from Virginia believe that her friend and her friend's family unalived her. They're asking for a criminal investigation into her death. And this is Cookie. Cookie, rest in peace. This is so sad. People you thought were your friends. Maggie and Timothy are her parents, or Cookie parents. Okay, Maggie and Timothy Watkins told the North Carolina Beat that they have been fighting for a criminal investigation into their daughter's death since February. They stated that their daughter left for Puerto Rico with a friend, Monica Harris, and Monica Harris' family on Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. The trip included no blood relatives of Oneisha. Maggie stated that that she spoke with her daughter briefly around 2 p.m. on Friday, February the 24th. She stated that Oneisha told her she was having a good time and that she would talk to her later. Maggie said that she was checking in with her child as any mother would. Maggie and Timothy received a strange call 2 days later on Saturday, February 25th, which they did not believe was real. They thought they were being pranked and their daughter was behind the prank, but they had no idea that Oneisha was unalive. A phone call came in that she was gone, that she passed away, Maggie said, and that's Timmothy's mom. She said it was a nonchalant phone call. Maggie and Timothy said Monica told them that everyone had been drinking on Friday night and that Oneisha needed to lay down because she was intoxicated. According to Maggie and Timothy, Monica told them that their daughter got up to use the bathroom around 6:45 a.m., and Monica later found her in the bathroom making a funny noise, such as moaning. Maggie stated that Monica informed them that she couldn't get Oneisha to respond to her commands, so she called Maggie. So this is Monica. So your bestie, well, I don't want to say bestie, but your friend that went on vacation with you is not responsive. You don't call 911, you call the mother? Let's continue. This is sad. Maggie stated that she told Monica to call 911 first instead of her. Exactly. Who wouldn't? Maggie got off the phone and dialed 911. Maggie told the North Carolina, Monica got off the phone and dialed 911. I'm sorry. Maggie told the North Carolina Beat that Monica called her back 15 minutes later and asked if Oneisha had any medical issues. Maggie said she told Monica that her daughter had no medical issues. Maggie said Monica then hung up the phone without providing any context for her question about Oneisha's medical history. Maggie stated that Monica called back 30 minutes later and informed her that her daughter was no longer alive. When she called back 30 minutes later, she said she's gone. Just like that, Maggie said. Maggie said Monica was just so calm, cool, and nonchalant on the phone. She said she told Monica to stop playing and put Oneisha on the phone. Maggie said Monica told her that she couldn't because Oneisha was not alive. It wasn't that I didn't believe it. It was just the way she said it, Maggie said. I just knew it was a joke because of how she said it. Maggie stated that she hung up on Monica and dialed Onisha's number. She said she couldn't keep track of how many times she called and left voicemails. Maggie and her husband couldn't believe their daughter was no longer alive. Maggie claimed she was able to obtain videos and photos of her daughter taken in Puerto Rico from Monica. She believed her daughter was already unalive Friday night after seeing the photos and hearing Monica's story. Now, Oneisha can be seen having a good time and appearing to be tipsy in 2 videos obtained by the North Carolina Beat. But Monica's family kept pushing her to take shots. It's unclear if they were playing a game, but it's unclear if they were playing a game. But if they were, Monica didn't mention anything about it when she spoke to Maggie. Now I'm going to show this video, guys. And this is after analyzing the video, knowing the end result of what happened to Cookie, right? If you look at this video, and I'm not a drinker. I never played a game where you drink shots, but it appears like, why is Cookie the only one taking shots? Look at the video closely. why are they directing Cookie to take a shot out of a certain cup? Okay, so we're gonna watch this video. Let me just play it for y'all.
It might be your birthday, Cookie. Yeah. Hey, this going to be Jen.
Shit. That's the easiest way.
Oh.
Oh, you got the bucket? Wait, no. That's another cup.
What? That's a line. That's what she fell.
What's in that cup?
The line.
That's the first cup. Yeah. That's the first cup she picked up. That's the first cup you picked up. That's the first one she picked up. Put the first line in.
Yeah. I drank it.
Yeah.
I ain't never did it before.
Did you hear her say she never did this before? Did you see how they directed her to a certain cup? Onisha takes another shot in another video. Maggie and Timothy believe Monica and her family poisoned their daughter, among other things. Okay, this is their belief. I'm going to show another video, guys.
No, but you was talking. No. Damn. All right. Okay.
Look, I take the lime off for you, so you don't.
I need the lime.
Yeah, but you can get them out the cup.
You can just suck them from out the cup.
What was you at when I need? What was your antennas? I need you on the elevator.
She said, call her.
What elevator was you on?
Run. I took you from over here.
All right.
Yeah, shit, run on that.
You told him that going. You told him that going.
I told him you better hold that joint tight. No, don't worry about the lemon. You need to drink that. Then you get your lemon. That way you don't fuck up.
Okay. God damn.
That'll be 2 more.
What you scooping over?
I'm moving the lemon out of the way because I ain't want you to walk this way. Just knock it over.
All right. I thought you was looking. I went,
take that damn shot. You had a whole bottle.
All right, go ahead. Hey, look, you take it. It's gonna be 12 o'clock.
June? This gonna be you tomorrow.
It's gonna be me tomorrow. I know how to handle mine. Some of that cup.
It's so sad. Now, again, let me just, before I go down and show more, okay, these pictures that are coming up next, again, if it may be too much for you. So like I said, maybe you need to click out and come back in, because these pictures I'm going to show, these are pictures that Monica sent to Cookie's mom. They're very disturbing because the true belief is that Cookie was not alive when these pictures were taken, and that they set Cookie up in this position and took these pictures. All right. So, yeah, why is she letting them? It's sad. It's sad, Dot Willie. It's sad. So the North Carolina Beat also obtained 2 graphic photos, which we must warn you about. One of the photos shows Onisha sitting on the couch with a towel across her forehead and blood on her left a shirt sleeve. And as you can see in the videos above, there was no blood on her sleeves. Okay, so I'm going to show this. So that's her on the couch. Okay, you see she has a pillow behind her head. You see she has a rag over her head, a washcloth, and you see there's a little bit of blood on her sleeve, on her shirt there. And this is a picture that Monica actually sent to the mom. Why would you send someone's mom this picture? And you see how her hands are in this picture? Okay, and a pillow behind her head. Now, another photo shows Onisha sitting on the toilet, her pants halfway down, appearing unalive, and her eyes rolled to the back of her head, and a pillow behind her neck, and a washcloth across her forehead. Now, who goes to the bathroom with a pillow? Who? And I'm going to run by this picture really quick because it's disturbing. So that's her. They propped her up in the bathroom, allegedly. That's her. So Maggie and Timothy, remember that's Cookie's parents, told the North Carolina Beat that it took a month for Onisha's remains to be returned to them. When the couple went to the funeral home to see Onisha's remains, they noticed she had fingernail marks on her face. Everybody hearing that? Other bruises and a knot on one side of her head. And that's why every time they took that picture, they had the washcloth over her head because that knot was already on her head.
And the mama said the washcloth looked dry to her.
It does look dry. It looks completely dry. Maggie and her husband have yet to receive the results of Onisha's autopsy or toxicology, and she believes Puerto Rico is holding it for some reason. She claims she had to call Puerto Rico on a daily basis and had received no responses or information about her daughter. Maggie said she and her husband went to Richmond Police Department to file a police report, but they told her it was outside of their jurisdiction and they can't help. We need justice for Cookie. Something in the water is not clean here. This Monica needs to answer more questions. This is beyond sad. This is another Shanquilla situation. Very sad. I have never taken a pillow in the bathroom with me. Never. Never taken a pillow in the bathroom with me. Like ever. Wayne, are you there? If so, what are your thoughts? You're on mute if you're talking to us, Wayne.
My electric went out. That's why I was having a problem. But I didn't see the last picture. But still, you know what? Every time they have these situations where alcohol is involved, where, you know, like, I guess taking, what do you call them? Taking shots. It always ends up something, you know, something bad. And it was like 40s people there. I don't want to say it, but you know, I wonder if some kind of sexual misconduct went on. You saw it was 2 males. I mean, I didn't see 2 males and 2 women, right?
It looked like 3 males.
I think that's right.
It was actually 6 other people with her.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, drinking, and then it turns in, you know, you see blood someplace and all this. And I don't know who could call somebody, and especially a parent, and actually use those words. No sobbing, no disbelief. I don't believe this. You know, the way that conversation should have went, you know, called their mother, said, you know, something's going on. I've called the ambulance. I've called the police. They're on the way. I want to let you know. But how do you, I don't know how you can nonchalantly just say, oh, they're gone. It's somebody knows something, and how it's gonna come out, I don't know. I just can't imagine that many people. And then on the plane, I mean, you would think it would be a somber moment coming back.
With her luggage.
Unless my eyes didn't see it. Was they laughing on the plane?
I didn't see the plane situation.
No, I thought I saw on one of them where they were sitting, I mean, on the way back.
No, I didn't see that.
Maybe my eyes, I thought I saw something like that. They were coming back and they were, you know, on the way back from the place. Maybe I saw something else, but still, I don't know how her friends aren't in tears, calling the mom, you know, and I don't know. It's sad, but every time when they have these kind of incidents, they, you know, forcing, you know, getting people to drink, you know, and it's almost like not forcing them, but in a way like everybody's edging you to do it. It's almost like, you know, they know what's in that cup or know what's about to happen, and they're pushing you. Go on and drink it. Go on and drink it. Yeah, you know, the lime. I need the lime. Oh, just go on and drink it. Sounds crazy to me. I hope they get justice. You know, and the U.S. I mean, Puerto Rico is part of the United States, so it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. Evie made a perfect point. They need to hire an attorney in Puerto Rico. Maybe that will help, and hire one here. I don't know. This is just so incredibly sad. The fact that the friend was calm about it, that alone speaks volumes. Jonathan, thank you for being here, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. It speaks volumes. It spoke volumes to me when I just saw the press conference and the mother's there boo-hoo, and you just sitting there, and you in your girlfriend's, the girl's apartment. And that girl looked like a promising artist. Did you see her artwork in her apartment? Gone for no reason. And who in their right minds, there's an emergency, let me call her mother. What's her mother going to do y'all in Puerto Rico? You call the cops. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? Thanks for bringing me this story.
Well, thank you, Dee, for doing it, because I want to help this family and I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like if we can just get as many people to get this out, maybe somebody will then listen to this family and bring them the justice that they need. Because I'm a parent, you know what I'm saying? And so now I'm paranoid to let my kids, even though they're not kids anymore, I don't want them going out of town with nobody. Like, I don't care if it's your cousin. I just don't want you going out of the country no more, because if this is what's going to happen and then I'm not going to get no answers, I'd rather you stay here in the States. At least I know I can get to you. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Very sad. Let me say this. Pretty Me Jay, the boldness of them to send that picture to the family. It was Monica was the one sending the pictures. And let me add this to the situation. So all of the pictures except the last one with her in the bathroom and her eyes rolled back, it was time stamped. So she was being slick too. So the picture with her eyes rolled back and her in the bathroom, there was no time stamp on it. It was a screenshot of the picture. So here's the sickness of it too, though. Thank God in some ways that they took the picture, because it may help eventually when someone's going to help to try to get justice. It may help with trying to get some justice. But at the same time, like, how sick are you? How sick are you? And clearly, I feel like they propped her up on that couch. And I for sure feel like they propped up in the bathroom. Who takes a pillow in the bathroom? Who? Felicia, your thoughts?
Okay, this is a very sensitive topic. My condolences to the family.
Yes.
Based on what we shared here today, I don't know if harm was directly made towards her. Unfortunately, people do pass away on vacation. Unfortunately, people do truly have alcohol poisoning. What I'm finding trouble matching up is Monica says, well, they had drinks with friends and then she wasn't feeling so good and they went back, I guess, to the room and she went to bed. But clearly that's not the case, because she's got her head wrapped and she's on a pillow and she's not looking so good. Now, I happen to be a good friend. And as a good friend who has traveled with friends on vacation, if my friend got sick, I'm up with that friend all night.
Now.
And if we're not looking good, and I'm talking within maybe 10 minutes, I'm going to call the resort doctor to come to the room immediately. And I'm not just saying that. I have done that. I have traveled with friends. Sometimes they eat foods that they're not supposed to eat. Things don't go so well. Maybe they did have something to drink and it doesn't go so well. And I'm checking in. And I did check in on my friend who didn't come out to the beach that morning. And when I got to her room, everything was in, darkness. She said she wasn't feeling good. And I went into full Spanish and got that doctor into that room. And the doctor was asking her all these questions. And just for the folks who are in the chat, this was my experience. I didn't know my friend had so many medical issues.
Mm.
So now she's pulling out all of these medicines from the drawer because the doctor's asking her this, and that. And I'm like, she needs to go. We need to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And we did go to the hospital, and they did keep her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they released her, I think, like in 2 days. And I was prepared to stay longer until she was going to be able to travel back home. So I know who I am. I don't know about this friend. I don't know about these group of people. I have no judgment on what happened. I've seen people taking shots like that, like Wayne said. I don't even know why people engage in all of that. I don't even know why that's attributed to being on a good vacation. I thought from the footage that Cookie looked a little thrown off from what she was doing right there when all that was being filmed. I would not have encouraged that to go on, but I don't think all was honest here. I don't think the truth was really shared.
Yeah.
And I just hope that this family gets some kind of closure that they can live with.
I do too. You know what, Handy B? Thank you, because when y'all say stuff, it helps me continue some thought process that I'm having. Diva, she was unalive in those pictures. Yeah. Think about her head and neck position. Yeah, now that you're saying it, yeah. That position is impossible to hold without being excessively uncomfortable. She was already unconscious. Oh, you are correct. You are correct. Very sad. Very, very sad situation. And the only reason why I'm spinning in a certain direction is because, again, it's just that when everything's natural instincts kick in. You naturally call 911. You just naturally do things. One vacation I went on, when I went to Cancun, everybody knew me. It was 4 of us. I want to say, if my memory serves me correctly. It was me. It was my girlfriend that is my son's godmother, bestie to this day. We over 20 years deep. It was my cousin, and it was my other girlfriend. My cousin, and I never heard of this before. My cousin got it. She got sun poisoning. Didn't quite know what it was at the time, but that's what it ended up being. She got sun poisoning. So she got sick, and for 2 days, and nobody had to do this. For 2 days, we all stayed in the room with her. Now they could have went about, and we was very young at the time. They could have all went about their business. It's their trip. They paid to go on their excursions, have fun. But we all stayed in the room with my cousin for 2 days, and I never forgot that my friends did that, because, like I said, everybody on that trip, they was connected to me, and so
and that's usually how it goes. Somebody is going to stay with you. I was on a trip to Jamaica, and one of my friends got stung by one of those huge jellyfish. And it was toxic, and it was painful. And for about, I would say maybe 3 days, we all kind of stayed close by. So I'm not familiar with this new way of traveling and people not staying awake. There's no way I'm going to sleep. I don't know if she really went to sleep. You heard gurgling sounds, and the person's non-communicative, and you're not calling the front desk to send medical help. You're calling her mother, who's 900, 1,000 miles away. It's not realistic. There are things missing here.
Yeah. Amy, I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. E, what are your thoughts? Are you there, E?
I am, but the button was stuck.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Well, it just goes back to humanity. At first, I thought we were talking about younger people. To know that this person is 30, it changes things a little bit. And then, of course, looking at the video and the mom being so emotional, and the blank expression of Monica, it was very unsettling. Something is not clear. And what's with this? I'm with Wayne. What is with this obsession of going out of town for folks' birthday or whatnot. It's not like you're going to Africa. You don't know anybody in Puerto Rico. You don't have any blood ties there. Now you got the Puerto Ricans calling to Virginia asking if they would like to donate your organs. I've been to the DMV several times, and I'm not going to Puerto Rico for anybody's birthday. I'll take you down to Reasonably Shady with Robin and Giselle. We could go to, what is this thing? A Night with the Grand Dame. And I bet you, I mean, we can even go to the Music Fest. But we talked about this previously, about that 11-year-old girl being inspired by Carly Russell. And I'm in agreement with you. As far as I'm concerned, Monica and those men she was with, I don't know the six people, but I saw the men in the video. It's Shanquella Robinson all over again, all the way down to not calling the police immediately. They're insane. Who takes pictures of someone on the toilet with their pants down like that? It was very strategic because I don't know. I've never been in that situation where I was in the restroom and one of my girlfriends came in and said, "Hey, let me take your picture." That's never happened to me. So I don't know if anybody else has a different experience, but to me, the whole thing is, it's up to something doesn't sound right. And especially considering the demeanor of Onisha, because every time I look at the pictures, I get the impression, and I could be wrong, and I don't want to shake the train, that this is a person with a lot of masculine energy. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying what I'm picking up on. Do you know what I mean? And so to take a picture of someone like that, and someone who has that type of masculine energy with their pants down, I don't think that's something Onisha would consent to in her right frame of mind. So why would you do that when she's seemingly unconscious or worse? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was trying to set a stage. They just trying to set a stage, but I'm connecting with you. Don't get me wrong, I'm connecting with you. It's almost like they was taking pictures to circle around to embarrass her.
That's where I'm going.
No, I connected with you. I connected with you. I'm taking everything in, and I think my level of shock is coming from, I don't like, how do people end up like this? Like how do you get so cold-blooded? And clearly, because Handy B it has me thinking, when a person passed, what do you call it? The name is slipping my mind right now. It sets in really quickly after they pass. It starts to
rigor mortis.
Thank you. And so what happens is, if you notice back on the picture on the couch, she was like this, and the rag was on her head, and the pillow was behind her, right? So it was almost like she was almost already set in that position. And it's very ironic. In the bathroom, it's the same upper body position, and the pillow's propped behind her, because they use that pillow proper, in my opinion. And the parents, they did an interview with another YouTuber, and they said, if you notice, the way her hands are on the couch are the same way her hands are in the bathroom. And that is why they're saying on Friday night they believe their daughter already was gone. And I'm with them on that. And so my thing is, who else knows? If I hear a noise, especially I'm on vacation, time is nothing to me when I'm on vacation, right? Doesn't matter to me. But this girl got exact times at 6:30 or whatever time she said. I heard her go to the bathroom or whatever, or was she gurgle or whatever nonsense she said. And then at 6:45, I heard her go to the bathroom. Who does that, and who knows that? Who knows exact times like that? Who? And why would it be odd to you, unless you knew for a fact that every day your friend gets up 6 o'clock in the morning, and now it's 6:30, 6:45, and they're still not up? But who has times like that? Oh, I heard her gurgle at this time, and then at this time she went in the bathroom, and then when she still was not. But the part that is really sitting in my head and has my wheels spinning it's the same exact position from the couch to the bathroom. And again, I'm so ill that I go to the bathroom and I get a pillow to prop up. Come on now.
See,
Eva, I bet an autopsy is going to show that based on what that girl was saying, the times and all that, I bet if they do a toxicology or whatever she passed from, they're going to come up with something that it's nowhere in the world. Okay, say she passed from this, and they can determine it's nowhere in the world that she passed from this and was able to make it to the bathroom on her own.
Come on now. They can get down to the time, but I don't understand what's taking the autopsy so long. There's a question of and I'm gonna let you finish, E. I'm so sorry. And you know what? We got minutes, y'all. So you know what, E, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you finish because I got a hard stop at 8 o'clock. So go ahead and finish.
Well, I was going to say not only the thing about embarrassing her, but the authorities need to take all of their phones and see what other pictures are there. Because like I said, that this person is so, they let them tell it. She's so poisoned, she's so sick. She can't even stand up straight. You have to have the pillow there to hold her head up, but she's cognizant enough to hold her shorts up enough so that you don't see her private parts. Like everything is so strategic. That's why I said this is not, something isn't right here. And the whole thing when you said about the drinking game, listen, if she was that weakened from drinking and lacked the strength in her wrist and neck and eyesight, then why didn't you Uber to the hospital? Neck is just as limp as Sandra Bland. And why are you taking pictures of her from that distance as well as the same position, Diva? Because I'm connecting with you there as well. Even if I wanted to believe their story and that they were innocent, what is this screenshot of the picture business? In my opinion, and I'll say allegedly, Monica and those guys did some shady stuff. And this sounds like something one of the men came up with to try to cover their tracks because it's too familiar, it's too soon from Shanquella Robinson, and it's complete bull. And I want to conclude with this drinking business. And I'm like TLC, it's okay to stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. If you want to go out of town and get on a plane, go all the way and go to the motherland. That's what I say, and learn about your heritage. But when you're going out of town, you need to have your phone on. You need to be recording everything at all times. And some of us have family we can't even trust. So what makes you think the people who are not blood related to you won't do something worse? Okay? I don't drink. And the times when anyone has propositioned me to drink after learning I don't drink, that's a huge red flag to me. Huge. And I distance myself because I'm not drinking anything. I just really, really think by looking at that and telling her that she needed to drink out of that particular cup, and she's saying, I don't do this, like she's going along with the flow. You can tell that she's succumbing to peer pressure or she's really just trying to, let loose and have fun. But this is so out of the norm, even at 30 years old. I just feel like if this was truly her friend, then she would say, you know what? Don't even do that. I'll take the drink for you. I'll drink out of that cup. Anything but what happened. So the entire thing is bull, and they all should be arrested. But stop going to damn Puerto Rico. I saw somebody in the chat say, don't do Puerto Rico like that. No, if your state's jurisdiction don't reach that far, don't go with them.
Whew, this is a lot. So rigor mortis appears approximately 2 hours after death in the muscles of the face, progresses to the limbs over the next few hours, completing between 6 to 8 hours after death. Thank you so much for the information. And I believe by the time that picture on the couch, it was already setting in. By the time they had the bathroom, it definitely set in. The pictures are literally, she's like this on the couch, she's like that in the bathroom. And to me, it of course, if allegedly they did move her, it took more than one person to pick up and move her, and they are some sick puppies. Because not only did you move her, you pulled the pants down to pretend like she was actually on the toilet going to the bathroom. They need to stop. Savannah?
Whew. And they moved her twice on top of that. Whatever happened to my sister's keeper? I'm just baffled by all these stories we're hearing lately. As we all know, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so there is a little difference here with the Shanquella and her situation in Mexico. The family can get some answers. Fortunately, they do have to deal with Puerto Rican law enforcement there, so they'll have to. And what I seen in the video doesn't. Did they stay at a resort? It looks more like an Airbnb.
I think it was a resort. It was a hotel.
Okay.
But I saw some more pictures, and it looked like because they showed in some more pictures the hotel. We may pick this up again because this needs to spread a little bit more. This family, Tracy, I think it is. This family needs some justice. But go ahead, Savannah.
Okay, because although in Henrico County, I actually live in the county that the family is from. I'm in Virginia and I work in DC. Puerto Rico does have a congresswoman, so they have a representative commissioner that the family can reach out to. It is Congresswoman Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, and she is a champion for women and women's rights. So the family can. Congress is out currently. They do not return until after the holiday, but the family can reach. It's only about a two and a half hour drive to DC from where we're located. But the family can work with the congresswoman in her office to at least get in touch with Puerto Rican authorities and get some answers. Because I'm pretty sure there was some medical information that they can receive. But I, when in my opinion, brought this up last night, I did a little bit of research. My red flags went up immediately with the friend, girlfriend. Was there a relationship between the two? Was this something that gone bad? So I have more questions than answers, and unfortunately, the story's not here in our county either. They're not. It's not in the newspapers or on the news. So I wasn't aware or familiar with it. But thanks for bringing it to our attention. In my opinion.
Yeah, so sad. Mo Better, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I think that we're using the word friends too loosely because my friend would never do that to me. I had a friend who got injured on vacation, and the ambulance came, and they're like, "Okay, well, we'll give you a call when she's all good to go." I said, "The heck you're not! I'm going to follow that ambulance all the way there, and I'm going to go there. And I'm going to document everything because I'm not going to return to the family with just bags. I'm going to return with information, what happened, times, dates, everything." So with friends like these, writing the enemies. That's all.
Yeah. Whew. Dustin, your thoughts?
My thoughts are this, Steve. I think it's very sad, and I hope they get their justice that they deserve. Because I don't think we, I haven't, like I said, Dave, I haven't never seen this before till now. So I don't know why that is. I don't know why other people are not picking it up because it is very something that people need to know about, and it's very sad. Why would you go on somebody's vacation and then have your friend with you and then turn around and then return by yourself? That is very a red flag for me, and that's all I'm going to say, Diva. And hopefully we keep getting more updates because I think we need to have a bigger conversation about this. I know you're on a time crunch, so that's all I'm going to say for tonight. But I do have a lot more. I do have a lot more opinions about this. But since you're on a time crunch, I'm just going to say that and cut it short tonight.
I appreciate you. No problem, Dustin. Thank you for speaking and thank you for being here. Chef Kev, what are your thoughts?
Something in the water ain't clean on this one. And which the whole shocking part to me is the Puerto Rican side, because you are part of the U.S. This is not, Mexico or Germany or something like that. So to me, if she's from, say, Virginia, and it's happened in New York, there would be answers. So I don't understand why the authorities are not cooperating. That doesn't make sense because you are part of the U.S. Conglomerate country. So that part is confusing me because, something happened and everybody said, what I was thinking, like, why didn't you call someone? Why are you calling a mama? And same thing with the time frame, all that scene. Her reaction, some people react differently to death, so I won't go by that. But it's just the fact that, and then you took time to prop her up, like that's something happened, and what I think, and this is just my opinion, something happened, they panicked. You know what I mean? They panicked. I experienced this as a kid. But they adults. I was a kid. Somebody was drinking, and we were drinking, and somebody had took a pill. We didn't know she took a pill, and she passed out, and we panicked. You know what I mean? But another adult came and called 911. But we was like, you know what I mean? We were kids. We were teenagers. So this is a different situation. And and even though she was an adult, but this is why parents want to know your friends, who you're with. You know what I mean? Now I truly understand why my boy's wife always wants me to travel with her. She's consistent. Like she always says, I feel safer if you're there. Because she knows I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to hip on him or anything like that. So I understand that part. But like I said, I just don't get why Puerto Rico's not cooperating. That's the whole big caveat, because you don't have to get the FBI involved, because it may be across waters, but it's not overseas. You know what I mean? And so that's the only thing. So that's why, because I don't see how would they progress for covering for these people. You know what I mean? It's how would you progress? It's not
Robin couldn't come up, but Robin made a good point to me when we were speaking backstage before the show started. They called the mother and they asked the mother, would she like to donate the organs? But how you asking me to donate organs, but you can't tell me how my daughter passed?
Yeah, and that's another thing. So it like I said, that whole thing don't make sense. How can you not get? I mean, as a medical professional, I don't care what country you live in, but you're part. How can you not give the information, especially if the parents are willing to pay for an autopsy? That part right there. And I don't see why they didn't get an autopsy once the body was delivered to Virginia. They still could have got an autopsy.
I can't remember what they said about that, but I think they're trying to, and they're waiting on an autopsy and a toxicology report. Do you remember, in my opinion?
They tried to get one when the body got back to Virginia, but the medical examiner wouldn't do one because it didn't happen in their country. So they reached out to a private medical examiner to do one, and they wanted to charge them $15,000.
What country?
Here.
This country is that country. America, U.S. is.
I'm just telling you what they said. They said because Puerto Rico had already done an autopsy in Virginia, they wouldn't do another one here because she didn't pass away here. They said she would have to go to a private company. She went through a private company and they told her $15,000.
I know they did a GoFundMe for the funeral, and maybe they need to do a GoFundMe for this autopsy. So here's the thing, Marcy, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, right? So here's the thing. Protocol in the hospital, because there's not enough organ donors, if you don't mark it on your driver's license and they don't know your status, unfortunately, and it's a hard thing to do, they will come to the loved ones of people that are in like a horrific car accident, right? But you know why they passed. It was a horrific car accident that they didn't survive. They will come right away to those parents because they only have a certain time period to harvest any organs, and they'll ask them, and they'll keep the family member like on life support, so to speak, just so they can get those organs and harvest them if the family says yes to it. So I'm not shocked that they asked them, but I'm shocked that they, how are you asking me this and you don't even know how my loved one died? Or you can't tell me, or you're refusing to tell me.
Yes, because the people said they thought it was a joke still. It hadn't even sat in for the parents yet.
Right. Right. Why was what part of the picture blurred out? Well, the picture is partly blurred out because it's very disturbing and it's sad, right? And from everything we kind of know, it's propped up pictures. So to your point, Chef Kev, if I can get panicked because like I said too with the young lady in the hospital last night, I get panicked, but you take this thing to a whole nother level when you go from panic to some type of cover up. So in most emergency situations, and I think I said this last night, is most emergency situations people panic because you're not used to them. They don't come by you every day, right? So you panic. And so panic is a normal response, right?
And call the damn police, right?
That part. So panic is one thing, you panic, but usually when you have all people where everything is okay in the situation, just like right now, if I was having a party in my home and you walk in the living room and you see somebody's on the floor, you're like, oh my God. But you're not gonna be like, oh my God, prop her up on the couch, let me take pictures. Oh my God, somebody's calling 911. But when you got a group of people, you got 6 people that are all thinking on a sinister level, something is not right. Something is not right.
Diva, somebody got some new organs in Puerto Rico.
Possibly. Because now we don't even know if anything was missing, but I'm sure the funeral director would have told the mom, because they would have known. The funeral director would have known if organs were missing.
But if organs were missing, if organs were missing, wouldn't that be like, oh, maybe the parents donated them, maybe they donated them in?
Oh no, the funeral parlor would definitely talk to you, just like they talk to the parents of that baby. That the body, because remember, the parents would not remember. You might not know. The parents, when they went to the funeral home, the parents took pictures because there were knots on her head, and that's why they knew y'all covered her head with that rag because y'all knew knots were there. And they didn't discover that until the body got home.
But what gets me is, why is Puerto Rico not just, why are you making the parents have to get a lawyer to have to get more information? Why aren't you being as helpful as possible? Something is just obtuse here.
Yes, it is. You are 100% correct. Well, what I'm going to ask is, guys, we're going to end this story here for right now. But as much as you can share Oneisha Shearin's name on your social media, #justice. Now we got to say, unfortunately, #justice for Oneisha Shearin Cookie. May she rest in peace. Praying for her mom and her dad and her entire family. This Monica Harris.
Can I say something?
Wait a minute, Dustin. Say something more, Monica. Say something more, because you know more. Say something more. Say more. Give us more information. I don't even know how these individuals can sleep at night. I don't get it. But we're about to close out. Dustin, what would you like to say? I'm closing out.
I just want to say rest in peace, and hopefully they get their justice that they deserve.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Have already shared and asked to make it go viral. Thank you so much. Listen, guys, see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday. Sorry that this whole week was sad stories, but sometimes we have to deal with the reality of life, right?
Yep.
So everybody have a good night. Hit the like button. I'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow, Diva.
All right, guys. Bye.
Diva, that was a